This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Friday, the 24th day of September in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley, and here's what we're tracking tonight. President Irfan Ali today shot down claims that the recent police killings amount to a return to extrajudicial killings under a People's Progressive Party government. At a press conference in New York, the president said he cannot respond to questions about extrajudicial killings in Guyana, since such killings never existed. And talk about extrajudicial killings is nothing but lies.
So you can't return to something that never existed. You can't, if you're starting from a foundation of lies, you can't return to the foundation of lies. So I'm not going to go beyond that in responding to this, because there is no basis to respond to it. It has been dismantled. It is a foundation of lies. And I'm not going to return to something that never existed in the first place. Thank you.
In the past year, members of the Guyana police force have been involved in at least 3 shooting deaths of unarmed men. In at least one of the cases, a police officer is currently facing a charge of unlawful killing before the courts. The other 2 cases, including the recent shooting death of an Essequibo businessman, are still being investigated. The president said he's confident that the Police Office of Professional Responsibility will do a good job of investigating the incidents, but he dismissed concerns about extrajudicial killings and said that the term fits into a political narrative.
The narrative that was created about extrajudicial killing was a disgusting narrative aimed at discrediting the PPP civic government. It was a disgusting narrative aimed at discrediting the PPP civic government. It has no basis, it was not factual, and we have dismantled this.
The U.S. State Department and the Guyana Human Rights Association, in a number of separate reports, referenced the problem of extrajudicial killings in Guyana between 2000 and 2005. The recent police shooting death of the Essequibo businessman reignited fears of the police going outside of the law during their operations.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Strap in.
You know that it is a fact. The deal on wheels is back.
For family,
Deal on wheels.
for security,
That's a fact.
for fun.
Deal on wheels.
Republic Bank Deal on Wheels is back. With same-day approval, reduced equity, longer repayment terms, and more. Plus 3 lucky winners would win $100,000 each. Get the ride for you at Republic Bank.
Turn up the whole place. This is not that have a smile on everyone's face. Ole, got the flavor lock. Ole's got it, yes, this is Fran's favorite snack. Ole, turn up the flavor now. Ole, turn up the taste, that's good so wow. Ole's got it anyhow. Ole, turn up the flavor now.
Sunshine Snacks, Olay! Turn up the flavor.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow can Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
Let GBT GBTI, make your dreams of owning a home a reality. Buy or build your home with us. Let us help you to completely outfit your home and make it move-in ready. Need to purchase land? We finance that too. Benefit from our 10% down payment and interest rates as low as 4.25%. Calculated on the reducing balance with up to 30 years to repay. Switch your mortgage to us and learn about benefiting from the equity in your home. Invest wisely. Apply online or call your branch to schedule an appointment. GBTI. We see Guyana through your eyes.
With the middleman Guyana used to purchase the Sputnik COVID-19 vaccine falling short on delivery, leaving thousands not fully vaccinated, the Guyana government is now dealing directly with a supplier of the vaccine in Russia. There are over 80,000 persons locally waiting on their second dose of the vaccine for months. Despite the long wait, the government continues to administer the first dose of the Sputnik vaccine. President Irfan Ali today said a shipment of the second dose shots will be available soon.
We have been engaging the suppliers, been engaging Russia to ensure that we have a steady supply. As of now, we are expecting, based on what was told to us, in the next 5 to 6 days, we are expecting a shipment from the suppliers.
The president said the issue has been one of great concern for him and his administration when it comes to the shortages.
Trust me, every night we are on the phone directly dealing with this, talking to the ambassador of Russia, talking to Russia directly, talking to every stakeholder who can assist in this. And that is an important part of our agenda too.
Although the government paid more than the suggested retail price for the Sputnik vaccines in advance through the services of a sheikh from the United Arab Emirates, a shortage of the second dose shots has been dogging the vaccination rollout for months. The government is also worried that as a number of countries begin to implement vaccination requirements for entry, many of them might not recognize the Sputnik vaccine, as it is still to be approved by the World Health Organization. Guyana is the only CARICOM country that has been administering the Sputnik vaccine. The long-awaited rehabilitation of the historical Georgetown City Hall is set to begin soon. The Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development today inked a $780 million contract with the Feeds Guyana Incorporated company, which will be spearheading the restoration and rebuilding. The project has a timeline of 18 months, and according to the Minister of Local Government, Nigel Dharamlal, it forms part of the government's commitment to restore the nation's capital.
The capital city, as described, is our center of business. And we believe that as government, it is our duty, despite the challenges of the city council and all of the attendant issues associated with the management of our city. We have decided to take the bull by the horn and ensure that investments are made in the city of Georgetown so that Guyana becomes a #1 destination again.
Minister Dharamlal said the government will be pressing the contractors to complete the project within the stipulated timeline.
We are going to hold the contractors to that 18-month period as well. I'm not in the habit of extending contracts, or at the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, we are not in the habit of extending contracts beyond their due date because we have made these plans. We are spending on this contract $779.68 million over the next 18 months. Before now, and the end of this year, we are going to be outlaying about $100 million on this project. So it is quite an extensive and expansive exercise that His Excellency is pursuing, and we hope that it will redound to the benefit of the citizens of Georgetown.
Georgetown Mayor Ubraj Narain welcomed the inking of the contract. He said he would like to see the government and the city council work on other projects to beautify Georgetown.
And I'm happy to see that the minister has taken this venture to a different level, where we can able to work for the benefit of our people of this city. And not only to restore City Hall, but there are other projects and other development I would like to work with the government so that we can able to get on with the business of our city.
The City Hall building has been in a dilapidated condition for several years, forcing the fire service to declare the building a public hazard because of its state. While the government of Venezuela has rejected President Irfan Ali's account of the border controversy as misrepresentations and has now issued a call on Guyana to abandon its case at the International Court of Justice. In a release one day after President Ali addressed the UN General Assembly and raised the ongoing Venezuelan claim, the Nicolas Maduro government in Caracas accused the oil companies exploring offshore Guyana of derailing the ties between Guyana and Venezuela. In its statement, the Venezuelan government spoke of a dispute representing the sad colonial heritage of the United Kingdom. Guyana's position is that the dispute was settled way back in 1899. Although Venezuela said it is committed to having the matter resolved in the best interests of both countries, it continues to lay claim to Guyana's Essequibo region. In its latest statement, the Venezuelan government said the will of the Venezuelan people is firm and it will not abdicate its territorial claim. The Venezuelan government has accused President Ali of having a victimizing posture and further accuses him of attacking the Geneva Agreement. Guyana is currently before the International Court of Justice seeking a final and binding judgment from the court that the 1899 arbitral award, which established the location of the land boundary between then British Guyana and Venezuela, remains valid and binding, and that Guyana's Essequibo region belongs to Guyana and not Venezuela. Venezuela has been fighting off the case before the ICJ and has not been participating in the matter, claiming that the court does not have jurisdiction. In a ruling last year, the court established that it does have jurisdiction to hear and determine the matter. In the world of health right now, the daily positive COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations continue to be a bother for health authorities across the regions, especially here in Region 4, which now accounts for more than half of the over 4,000 active cases in the country. During his daily COVID-19 update today, the Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony explained that while in some regions there are only specific areas with new infections, the situation is different in Region 4, as every community in the region continues to see new cases emerging daily.
Currently we have 4,095 active cases, and this is in all of the regions of Guyana. We have seen an increase in Region 2, where we now have about 166 active cases. We have also seen an increase in Region 3, where we have 1,083 new cases. In Region 4, we have 2,204 cases. Region 5, we have 122 cases.
Region 7 has also seen a sharp increase in the number of new cases, and the situation is becoming even more worrying at the COVID-19 hospital.
In the hospital, as of yesterday, we have 167 persons in hospital. We have 102 persons at Ocean View, with 33 of those persons in the ICU.
It was also revealed that there are 21 pregnant women who are currently hospitalized with COVID-19. Against that worrying trend, the minister is urging pregnant women to get vaccinated.
There is no contraindication why pregnant women should not get the vaccine. Initially, the WHO and others were urging some level of caution because there wasn't any availability of data as it relates to pregnant women getting vaccinated with one of the COVID-19 vaccines. That has now changed because you do have a lot of information available now.
With still a few days remaining in September, the month has emerged as the deadliest month for COVID-19 in Guyana and the month with the highest number of new cases since the virus was first detected in the country in March of 2020. 6 days after the stabbing death of 36-year-old Sigmund Gufaya at a Brilliant Hoops Telling, a 25-year-old fisherman was charged and remanded to jail for the murder. The fisherman Alistair Passal appeared before Magistrate Faith Magasti today, and he was not required to enter a plea to the indictable murder charge. He is accused of stabbing Gufaya to death on the 18th of September during a row at the Stelling. A police report on the incident said Guyana was stabbed to death during the row over the use of an area near the stelling. The fisherman reportedly arrived at the area and was told he could not use the area, and he became upset. The dead man's brother, who was also in the area, was also attacked and stabbed, but he survived his injuries. He remains hospitalized. The accused will make his next court appearance in October. A truck driver and one of his porters died as their lumber-laden truck toppled along the Buckhall Trail in the Essequibo region. The dead men were identified as 50-year-old Nigel Headley and 24-year-old Amir Jaitoon. Two other porters who were inside the cabin of the truck were badly injured and have been hospitalized. The Guyana Police Force dispatched a team of investigators to the site of the accident this morning. Details of the cause of the accident were not immediately made available. The incident occurred sometime late last evening as the truck was ferrying the lumber. Photographs of the accident scene show the truck completely on its side with the driver's cabin almost smashed in. Investigations are ongoing tonight.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
We've got exciting news! All 12-ounce yellow cab Buster are now only $100. Buster, live in
Come
full
get
color.
your Buster, Buster $100. Come get your Buster, Buster $100.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right, walk in upright ways, knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong, be the one to live right.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever. And it is here to stay. The future is now. Transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Across the region tonight, while underscoring that he will not be forcing anyone to take the COVID-19 vaccine, Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness said that mandatory vaccination will become unavoidable when a larger segment of the population becomes inoculated, and demand that they should not be restricted by safety measures because some people refuse to take the vaccine. The Prime Minister said in free and democratic countries that is what happens. He also noted that he believes that Jamaica would be under an illusion to believe that it would never happen there. The Prime Minister reiterated that at this stage the government is not considering implementing mandatory vaccination. However, probably it will emerge in the near future. He conceded that the move is being contemplated. He said the government is contemplating how it should be done, and they've asked for advice from the Attorney General's office, and that advice is being developed. In Trinidad and Tobago, businesses that have been closed or restricted amid the COVID-19 pandemic are finally being allowed to fully reopen from the 11th of October. But only people who have been fully vaccinated against COVID-19 will have access. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley made the announcement yesterday as he noted that COVID-19 is here to stay and the world must learn to live with it. As of the 11th of October, food businesses, entertainment centers, gyms, fitness centers, bars, and restaurants will reopen to people over the age of 12 who are fully vaccinated. Additionally, the Trinidadian government will consider reopening beaches and allowing group sporting events in the coming weeks. Rowley announced the decision yesterday during his post-cabinet briefing. Giving further details, the minister in the office of the Prime Minister, Stuart Young, said the reopening to vaccinated people is only part of the government's efforts to create safe zones. Patrons visiting the safe zones will be required to produce proof of vaccination to be allowed entry. And finally tonight, international news. US President Joe Biden has said that people will pay after images emerged this week showing border agents chasing migrants on horseback back to a river. The pictures shared widely online show the riders using their reins against the migrants and pushing them back towards the Rio Grande in Texas. U.S. officials have vowed to investigate the incident, which occurred near a migrant camp in the town of Del Rio. The Del Rio camp grew to over 15,000 people before it was cleared on Friday. In his first public remarks on the situation in Del Rio, Texas, where thousands of mostly Haitian migrants massed this week, Mr. Biden said that he's promising that people will pay and they will be investigated and there will be consequences. Amid growing uproar yesterday, the Department of Homeland Security announced that it was suspending the use of horses in the Del Rio area. Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas has said the photographs horrified him. Some Republicans have criticized the measure, saying the administration should act as quickly to fix bigger immigration issues. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight and this week. I'm Gordon Mosley, thanking you for joining us and encouraging you to stay safe.